Hello, everybody. Let's see how this works. My name is Allan Eising. I have a slide that says that. I have had the honor of being the event coordinator for this DKNOG 9. Sorry. Thank you very much. Before I go on with my presentation, we have a practical detail that needs to be figured out. We need to ceremoniously escort the wooden sign out of the room so it can be kept in storage until next year. Anyway, about 10 years ago, I met up at a burger bar somewhere in Copenhagen with some guys called Benjamin, Mikkel, and Thomas, and we thought it would be a great idea to have some conferences and see if we could do that kind of thing. It went all right. We've now done it for 9 years, and that's pretty cool. I'm living in Norway, and I've been trying to quit DKNOG for a while, but it's not going to happen. So I'd like to thank you all for a lot of things. I'd like to thank you for showing up and making it as large as we could never even hope to have it. I'd like to thank you for accepting all the new people into our community, especially the students who are completely new to our industry. I'd like to thank you for attending the social, having some good beers and discussions there, and obviously want to thank DKNOG as well for sponsoring it. And then I'd also like to thank all the wonderful speakers who have been speaking here at DKNOG. DKNOG is really, really a poor thing without speakers. And mostly of all, I'd like to thank all our sponsors, so please give them a round of applause. So, how do we do this thing? We are a group of volunteers. We have an association that handles the economy and stuff. It's not really a very active association. It's mostly the board members who are members of it. But we are working on what other things we can do with having an association. We usually start up our project after summer vacation, and that's a rough term. It might be October, it might be November in some years. And we divide us into stuff that we think is interesting to work with. That might be sponsorships, logistics programs, etc. This year we've tried to have a good program committee to handle the amount of speakers that come in, try to assemble a really good program for you this year. And to do that, we've had the excellent help of Fergus Mackay, who has stepped up as a co-chair of the program committee, and his insights from around the industry has really proven valuable for us. But we would still like to know how we did with the program. And one of the ways we've done that is by making all these many evaluations. I've been clicking on as a madman in the afternoons of my spare time, making all these evaluation forms for you. So please fill them out. They have 3 questions if you haven't filled one out yet. It's basically a rating of how they did it and how interesting the stuff they were talking about was, and some free text field for you to fill out. There will also be a general evaluation, and it should either, that comes as a separate thing, but there comes a general evaluation as well. I'd just like to say that we are getting really good at making these conferences. We have a lot of way to go still before we can be perfect at something like this, and I don't think you can be. But it takes a lot of effort to make a DKNOG conference. And for my part, I'm an engineer, and I mean, engineers and project managers are 2 different breeds of people, and I've realized that a lot. One of the things that takes a lot of effort for us is the sponsorship part. And where is Lasse right now?
He's in the hallway.
Right. When you see Lasse, please give him a tap on the shoulder, because Lasse has stepped up like nobody ever has done for DKNOG, and he's spent so much time handling the sponsorships, doing the whole student thing, and I don't think I've seen somebody work that hard for DKNOG before, and I really need to acknowledge that. So maybe we can really give him a loud applause so that they can hear it from out. And really, we have a lot of volunteers in DKNOG, and all of them are true heroes. So can everybody who's been involved in arranging DKNOG just stand up for a second? Give them a hand. So, we will have something next year. It will be a 10-year anniversary, which is a really big thing, and we will call it DKNOG10. I suggested DKNOG9 inspired by Apple, but it's not going to hold. So it's going to be DKNOG10, and we wanted to make it extra special, but we're not really sure what you want in terms of making it extra special. So we are really interested in hearing your ideas. Should we do a third day? Do you really want to have another day with conferences? Do you want some training courses or a big party? Do you want to go canal tour riding in Copenhagen? I don't know. But please bring us your ideas and suggestions. So I can now announce that DKNOG10 will be at least on March 12th and 13th, 2020. So depending on what kind of suggestions you have, maybe we'll have it at a third day with something else, or I don't know. We'll see. So what happens now? Please remember to rate all the talks. We've been saying it a lot, and some of you have been rating it very well. And I can see that the energy level is dropping a little bit here in the end of day 2. But just I mean, it's 3 questions per talk. So do it while you can still remember what they talked about. We will have a general evaluation up. I think it's live now. If it's not, I'm going to press the button when I get back to my laptop. We will have a general meeting in the end of May. We are discussing whether it should be on a Thursday or on a Friday, but we'll find something out. And you can stay up to date by going to our IRC channel and listening to all the chatter there, or follow us on social media. We are on Twitter and Facebook, and sometimes I actually remember to write something there. And then we also have an email list that you all indicated whether you want to be subscribed to it or not when you signed up for this. So we will sign those people up. And sometimes we will also write on it. It's a low-volume, announce-only list, so don't worry about hearing about other people's peering problems there. So that's all for me. I see that Lasse just came into the door. I just want to thank him again.
Actually, I was just made aware that Allan was already closing, because what I wanted to say as closing is that I really think that the round of applause should go to the project manager of organizing DKNOG9, please, Allan. And I'm not sure if Allan remembered to say, but please grab your polo shirt before leaving. Thank you very much for coming this year, and I expect to see all of you next year.